5 things to know before the stock market open. News of the day, January 8, 2025. Sourced by Investopedia, brought to you by The Joint, Avery Peterson. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, nor is Investopedia giving you they teach you financial literacy, but they're not telling you to do anything. I need to put a disclaimer. That's what I really need to do. U.S. stock futures are edging lower after a tech sell-off yesterday. Investors are preparing for markets to close tomorrow for the funeral of former U.S. President Jimmy Carter. Whoa, U.S. stock futures are edging lower after a tech sell-off yesterday. Investors are preparing for markets to close tomorrow for the funeral of former U.S. President Jimmy Carter. Now, I did not know the stock market would close. That's interesting. I got to keep up with that. Moderna shares are rising farther after soaring on optimism about experimental bird flu vaccine. Bitcoin and crypto-related stocks are falling after labor markets data dimmed hopes of Federal Reserve rate cuts. And Palantir Technology shares are falling farther after analysts raised worries over the AI-focused software firm valuation. Here's what investors need to know. Oh, this is interesting. The U.S. stock point lower after tech sell-off. U.S. stock futures are pointing lower after a tech sell-off sent index lower Tuesday. NASDAQ futures down 0.4 in early trading after falling 1.9 yesterday, while S&P and Dow Jones industry average futures also are down slightly. Yields on the 10-year Treasury note are higher at above 4.7%. Oil futures higher, while gold futures are slightly lower. Stock market to close Thursday for Jimmy Carter's funeral. What in the world? I would have never known that they do this. Stock market. This is over the last 4 years since 2020. It's the first time a president. Hold on, let me think. I can't think of no form. Hold on, I think Bush. Bush Senior. I could be completely wrong. Maybe it didn't happen in 2020. Maybe it happened before 2020. But I have never seen him do this. Stock markets, as well as federal government agencies, will be closed on Thursday for the National Day of Mourning for former U.S. President Jimmy Carter, while bond markets will close early at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Carter, the 39th president, died December 29th at the age of 100. As a result of the closure, the weekly initial jobless claim reports will be released today, along with the Census Bureau wholesale inventory report. That is amazing that they do that. I got to look up when Senior passed away, because that's crazy. I don't remember the market closing for it. I could be wrong. National Day of Mourning. Wow. That could just pop up at any day, huh? Moderna stocks rises further after soaring optimism over bird flu vaccine. Shares of drug maker Moderna are up farther, up a farther 1.4% in pre-market trading after a 12% jump yesterday. Now, optimism that is experimental H5N1 bird flu vaccine could boost sales after the first U.S. death linked to the disease was reported. In recent years, the drug maker sales have contracted amid the dwindling demand for its COVID-19 vaccine, with the stock losing half of its value over the past year. Bitcoin falls as strong labor report dims rate cut. Bitcoin is down 2% to trade at a roughly 95% after a strong jobs opening report. Yesterday undercut optimism that the Federal Reserve will continue to cut interest rates. The digital currency had moved above 100,000 on Monday for the first time in nearly 3 weeks, but on Tuesday, the cryptocurrency fell from an overnight high of nearly 103,000. Bitcoin buyers MicroStrategy shares are down 3% in pre-market trading after falling 10% in prior session, 13% in 2 days. Crypto exchange giant Coinbase stock is 2% lower after an 8% slide, while Bitcoin miners Marathon Holders Mirror is down 3%. Plantar stock sinks and analysts worry about valuation. Plantar Technology stock is 3% lower in pre-market, trading after the artificial intelligence AI-focused software firm shed nearly 8% of its value in the prior session. Tuesday, Decline came after Morgan Stanley analysts expressed worries about the stock valuation following the massive 2024 run-up and made Palantir the top performer in the S&P 500 last year. Shares have fallen more than 12% over the last 2 days. Y'all have any tips? Anything that you've seen on my screen today is not investment advice, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. You do your own due diligence. I am reading certain things to analyze the market at hand. I am trying to learn how to be a proper investor. I lost a lot of finances with short-term trading, and I am seeking to get back. Well, not by revenge trading, but by taking my time. It's a lot of information here that I don't know and I can't tell you. That's pretty good. Be this expectation, non-farm employment change. Got some Fed minutes today. The market crashed 1% yesterday. I'm analyzing the futures market. So anything you see on my screen is for my insight, my knowledge. It's not for you. Well, it could be for you. It's educational purposes. These are my artistic views on the stock market at hand. I'm grateful YouTube that I have this opportunity to voice, learn, and potentially earn capital from the content that I post. That's pretty cool. So market open 5955. I'm not sure where it closed at yesterday, but it's already high volume, probably because the big shots know that the market is closed tomorrow, so they putting in a position. Let me see what we look like on the daily. Oh, that's not that bad. I expected a lot worse. Let me see what we have here. It's a lot of choppy though, so if people was in certain positions, they got chopped up and chopped down. Where we at? 5923, 5978. We open up here. I think I may have did that wrong on some previous ones too as well, because when it's red, the top half of the bar is where it opens when it's red, and when it's green, the bottom is the open. I probably did that somewhere throughout this week. I probably had said that it opened at that price when it was red, when essentially it opened up here. That's just charting 101. It's people that teach you out there on YouTube and other platforms how to read a chart. I keep my chart clean as possible. That's probably one of my biggest reasons why I have failed a lot, because I don't allow my runners to run just because of my trading style. My trading style is a clean chart. I don't want to get caught in any noise, any mess, and I protect my capital. Essentially what I did was I took my capital that I had and I didn't put it all in at one time. That would have benefited me. If I'd have put in large lump sums, that would have benefited me tremendously. I was putting in $200, $300, trying to grow that small amount when I should have just dropped the whole lump sum. What I didn't want to do was lose a whole lump sum fast. I lost a whole lump sum over a long period of learning. So I'm ready to, once I get more capital, I'm ready to claim my domain again over the market, just because I understand the concept of discipline, patience. You have to be very patient, but also with patience, you have to be able to protect your capital and have a sense of direction. And also with the sense of direction, you need to know when to enter and exit. If you some people cut their losses, that's good. Most wise investors would tell you to never dollar cost average. I'm sorry, I forgot how they would tell you never. I mean, it's only on the day trades. It's not anything that you're swinging. But if you're wrong, they would tell you to cut your losses. Me, however, I found the strategy that if I see the market going in a certain direction, and as long as I have the capital to protect it, I can add on. And that's just me, because it's simple. Like, all right, so if you buy the market, if you buy the market at a high price of 10 and you have enough capital to protect it to come down to 5, actually have enough capital to protect it to come down to 2 or even to 0, right? Well, it goes from 10 to 0. I will buy in at 0 because I know that it's going to go back up. So that's going to now bring my average down 2 positions. 10 to 0 is going to bring it to 5. So as it goes back up, soon as it eclipses 5, there go my profit. I'm starting to get in profit. And then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 is more profit. So that's just the way that I go. But you have to have capital. If you don't have capital, it's not going to work. And that's just my strategy. That's my strategy. My strategy alone. This is not financial advice and not financial information to you, because that's just something that I learned over time. And as you can see, I'm talking from a point of view of a felon trader that I don't have any stake in the market right now. I'm not in any positions. I'm just analyzing the market to see how I could potentially position myself for the future. Right now, I'm analyzing the futures, Standard & Poor's 500, ES market. And that's just me. That's just the way that I look at things, the way that I maneuver my capital. I have had $1,700 days. I took $200 to 30,000. I had $1,700 days, and I gave it all back to the market. What I did was I traded micro contracts to earn my capital. And with 30,000, I should have waited till I got to 100,000 and continued my strategy, which soon and very soon, I'm going to build myself back up so I could be able to continue out my plan and my strategies. I just need to get more capital, so I'll be able to invest in the market. What I was doing, so after I got to my 30,000, I thought I had enough capital, which was wrong. I thought I had enough capital to take on minis. So I went to mini contracts. Instead of me earning $5 a point, I tried to earn $50 a point. I had some successful days. I was balancing out 30, 27, 30, 27. Then I got myself all just tangled up. My broker, I almost want to leave my broker, just because my broker was not giving me good pricing. When I tried to get myself into profit, my broker literally wouldn't allow me to move my position up when I was in profit. And that was way after the fact that I gave them back 30,000. But it was a time that I did have capital, and I seen certain numbers, because the market talk with numbers. The people who control this, they use numbers to speak to each other, and they use numbers to go in certain directions. I won't be surprised if today is a 100-point day, actually. Matter of fact, 100 plus what? What was he, the 39th president? 139, almost like yesterday was almost a 130-point movement. But I don't know. I'm just talking. Don't take my word for it. Don't listen to me. To be honest, I wish I would have talked about this throughout the 4 years that I was trading, but I wasn't so sure about the powers that be and what their thought process was and how they would hinder me from growing. Yes, ma'am?